Howdy, hi. This is Do Your Job Sports MLB Rundown, picks and predictions for Thursday, August 20th, 2026. We're taking a look at every single game on the slate. Let's get into the video. All right, so the first thing we got to do is recap previous day's results. We go 6-6 with a few games still left going on, but those results are most likely going to hold. Bringing our season record to 880 and 889. If you look at the graph in the middle of the screen, we are back on the upward trend. For like the last 3 days, we have not been horrible, which is good. If you want a free $3, you can download Pickett, link in the description below. All you got to do is link one sportsbook, and then you get a free $3 sent to your Venmo or PayPal. I'm going to recap these games real quick. Then we'll get on to the action we got for tomorrow. Game one, we definitely should not have won this, but we did. Pirates minus 148 on the money line. They win back-to-back homers off of Kenley Jensen in the bottom of the ninth inning. It was Rafael Flores who homered twice, and then Brandon Lau, 27th dinger of the year. They win 4-3. D-backs plus 130. This should not have been as greasy as it was. They win the game in extra innings against Boston. 7-6 was the final score. They out-hit them 10-9. They just kept on giving up solo shots to people who should not be getting dingers. And they gave up a 3-run bomb to Mickey Gasper. What are we doing giving up solo shots to Nick Sogard and then a 3-run bomb from Gasper? Those dudes don't hit home runs. Mariners plus 104. This one has not ended yet. They are currently winning 7-3 in the middle of the eighth inning against the Brewers. If they lose this game, I have serious questions. Yankees minus 126. They win on the road at the Orioles. Final score of 5-3. They had 10 hits compared to Baltimore's 6. Scoring for them, you had a Ryan McMahon single, George Lombard sac fly. You had a George Lombard single, and then a Jazz Chisholm scoring on a wild pitch. The Orioles had 2 solo shots, and Jackson Holiday stole home on what I'm assuming was like an overthrow or something. Reds minus 146. They win at home 5-4 against the Cardinals. They got out hit 9-7. It all came down to a Sal Stewart 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 6th, which got it done. Nationals plus 108. Did this game finish yet? No, this game is still going on. They are currently winning 6-0 in the top of the 8th inning against the Rangers. So I feel pretty good that one's going to go through. We had the Padres lose minus 134. They lost this series at the Mets. They lose today 4-2. They got out hit 7-5. They suck. Whenever I bet against the Mets, Carson Benz just goes yard every single time. It is horribly painful. Cubs minus 140. They, for a better part, just didn't even show up to the ballpark. They lose 3-0. As an entire team, they only had 2 hits. Both of them came from the same guy. It was Tyrone Taylor. And then they pinch hit for him with Michael Conforto, who struck out. Why are you pinch hitting for the guy who has your 2 only hits of the day? Just stupid. Marlins plus 114. They get swept by the Phillies on the road. They lose this game 4-1. Aaron Nola, 7 innings, 5 hits, 8 strikeouts. What on earth? Sandy Alcantara, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned. That was supposed to be what Aaron Nola did. They had him reversed, is basically what happened. We had the over, 9.5, Yankees and Orioles. It does not get there despite there being 16 hits in the game. That landed on 8. Angels plus $1.34. I guess this technically could still win. They're down 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. But if I know anything about the Angels, they are not a big fan of coming back in baseball games. So that's probably a loss. And then finally, the Athletics plus 132. They scored 7 runs. However, it wasn't enough because they gave up 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning alone. It was a Vinny Pasquantino single, a Kyle Isbell single, an Isaac Collins sac fly, a John Rave double, and then a Michael Garcia single. Maybe next time, don't give up 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and you won't lose to fall 29 games below 500. Holy shit, they are bad. Okay, that is how I go 6-6. We now get on to tomorrow. All right, first game we got. It is the final game of the rare 5-game series between the Cardinals and the Reds. It is currently split 2-2, so this is the rubber match. I'm taking St. Louis -110. It is McGreevy up against Brady Singer. Two pitchers do not have the best of records, but honestly, ERAs not too shabby. McGreevy's got a 3.5. Brady Singer's rocking a 4.6. In terms of team construction and who I trust more, the answer is the Cardinals by far. I like JJ Weatherholt. Jordan Walker's a beast. I'm pretty sure Joshua Baez is like 0 for his last 20 ever since he started 3 for 3 with 3 bombs. So that has not worked out the best. I will be very curious when I update batting averages tomorrow how that is actually going. I'm going to take the Cardinals. Better roster, better pitcher, similar bullpens. Let's go St. Louis. All right, bold move here. Guardians did not score a single run the previous day. Our pitching staff went 9 innings, giving up 1 earned run, and we lost because we suck. But we did not have Chase DeLauder. He's supposed to be back tomorrow. Joe Odell did not go because he fouled a ball off his leg the previous day. He's supposed to be back tomorrow. Maybe that means we can actually win the game. I think it does. I'm taking us -1.5 at +125. Gavin Williams, significantly better when he is on than Landon Roop. The only thing that does scare me about Gavin, the big rig, when he is off, he gets absolutely clobbered. And he's giving up the second most amount of home runs in the MLB this season. That's not ideal, but that's what happens when you throw it hard with your fastball and then you hang a bunch of breaking pitches in the top part of the zone. They just get absolutely obliterated. I'm taking the Guardians -1.5. I might be going to this game. We will find out. Blue Jays +144. Why is Ian Seymour laying a $170 against Shane Bieber? What are we doing here? The Blue Jays are getting monumentally disrespected. Yes, I know their lineup is not the best, but come on now. Ian Seymour is laying that large of a number against a pitcher who used to be regarded as one of the best in the entire league. Shane Bieber now has his ERA back under 5. That doesn't sound great, but if you remember how bad he was coming off of the IL in those first 2 starts, his ERA was like damn near 8. He's figuring it out. He is a good pitcher. He's not going to get schmacked against the Rays. I'm taking Toronto +144 money line. Staying away from this game, the Athletics, I think I can't bet them anymore. They're horrible. Also, they don't have 50 wins. I typed this and updated the records before they gave up 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. So they are 49-78 because that's just really good for them. Staying away, Gage Jump up against Randy Dobnik. I don't know. These teams suck. All the Royals have actually kind of been winning recently, which is terrifying, but whatever. I'm staying away. Over 8 runs here. It is George Kirby up against Robert Gasser. Mariners put up a decent amount of runs the previous night. Currently, they have 7. Obviously, the first game of this series, you saw the Brewers go for 22. Also, the Mariners might lose. They're now only up 7-4 with guys on first and third and no one out. Please do not choke this game away. That would be so bad. Taking the over here, though. Don't trust either pitcher. Both of these offenses have been going pretty well recently. I think the over is the best move, so that is what I will do. Braves -108. They are coming off of a rough series at Minnesota. I think they're just happy to get out of there. Make the move to Chicago, play the White Sox. White Sox coming off of a series loss against the Cubs, but they did win the final game 3-0. Grant Holmes up against Anthony Kay. Don't know what to think about Anthony Kay. If I recall correctly, he was overseas for a bit. And he just came back. Grant Holmes kind of been going downhill recently, but this should be a good get-right spot. Yes, this White Sox offense is potent, but when they're off, they are very off. It's a bunch of guys who like to hit dingers. Some of them strike out a bunch. I will take the Braves. Better lineup, better bullpen, -108. Okay, here we have the Yankees laying a $118. Kind of surprised it's not more. I mean, it's Garrett Cole up against Kyle Bradish. Not really sure I need to say much more. I think the Yankees have proven in this series they are the better team. If their guys are hitting the baseball compared to if the Orioles guys are hitting the baseball, like for instance, if they're both operating on an 8 out of 10 in terms of how they're playing that day, The Yankees 8 out of 10 is significantly higher than the Orioles 8 out of 10. Like, I'm not sure what an 8 out of 10 looks from Dylan Beavers or Colton Cowser. I do know what an 8 out of 10 looks like for Jazz Chisholm and McMahon and Spencer Jones. All of that is a lot better than Baltimore. I will take New York minus 118. Staying away from this game, Rangers are kind of laying a large number. Jacob deGrom had this start pushed back a few days due to fatigue. I don't know if that means he's not going as many innings as normal here. I would assume it does, and he's on somewhat of a pitch count. They're going up against the Nationals' second best arm behind Cavalli. It's Alvarez. He's 2-4 with a 3.72. Doesn't sound great, but for what the Nationals have had this season, that's basically the best they're going to get. I'm staying away. Don't like this game at all. If I had to, probably take Nationals in the money line. I think minus 174 is a lot of juice to be laying when you're only going to get like 4.5 to 5 innings out of DeGrom. Too much. Okay, then the final game we have, I'm taking the over 8.5 runs. Grayson Rodriguez. I keep thinking this dude's going to improve because he used to be like the top pitching prospect in baseball. And the ERA just never goes down, ever. I don't know if that's because he's bad or if that's because the Angels have not been able to develop a pitcher in forever. Going up against Peter Lambert, who is 8 in the mystery number with a 3.11 ERA. I'm pretty sure one of my number keys on my keyboard is broken, and I have to go get a new one. I'll do that at some point. Regardless, taking the over, Grayson Rodriguez should not be in any game that has an over under 9. Therefore, over. And that is what we are on for today. I will now scarcely check the score of the Mariners game to see if they choked it away. Okay, good. They did not. That inning ends 7-5. How? Somebody must have grounded into a double play. Who was it? Cooper Pratt grounded into a double play. I thought you were hurt. He must have just come off the IL. All right, whatever. Everything else, basically the same way we had it. Looks like we're going to go 6-6 on the day. Hopefully, we do better tomorrow. But that's it. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.